So talk to me, Adrian. What's the biggest problem in your business?
I don't have any direction.
What does that mean?
Like, it means that I want to make money because I want to live the way I want to live, but I can't seem to figure out how to do that.
Okay. So does that mean you're running a business right now, but there's no business there? You're just like you're taking clients, but there's no clients coming, and you're making $0?
So, like, it means I think I just take what I get, and I don't, like, I'm scared to go get more. Maybe.
All right. Let's
Like, I have 2 or 3 clients.
hold on.
Like, I
Hold
have
on.
a hard time asking
I'm
for
gonna-
what it's worth.
I'm going to back you up a second here.
Yep.
I need you to paint a picture for me. What does it look like now? And then we're going to do what do you want it to look like?
Okay. What it looks like now is like 2 different revenue streams. I've got a 24-hour access membership side that I've structured to run basically without me.
So you own a brick and mortar space.
So I own a brick and mortar, yes.
Okay.
And then I also have taken on clients periodically that I want to work with, and I currently have a few. I like sometimes charge, I sometimes don't, because of how much I want to work with them. So it's not a great model at all.
Are you independently wealthy?
No.
All right, then we need to change that. So not the wealthy part. I mean, that'd be cool too, but the free part. So
Right.
24-hour access to a brick and mortar, and you have one-on-one clients. How much money is coming in through both sides of the revenue stream?
Brick and mortar, I'm going to say roughly $60,000 a year.
Okay.
And training clients, I'm at like maybe $1,000 a month.
Okay. And what are your expenses? So right now you're doing about $6,000 per month in total top line revenue. What does it cost you to make $6,000 a month?
Probably right around 4.
Okay. Is it 4? Or is it around 4? Or is it maybe not 4 at all?
It's around 4, and 4 might be on the high side.
Okay, so we're going to say 4,000 per month. So you have 4,000 per month in expenses, 6,000 per month in income. You're netting $2,000 per month in of income for yourself. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what do you need to make? Like, what would life look like if it was perfect?
Like as far as money or as far as other things?
Where do you want to go? What is happening in the day in the life of Adrian when things are great?
Oh, I've got time for me. I've got time for my kids. And I've got time to help others.
Well, your entire career is helping others.
Okay.
Is it not?
Yeah, basically.
Well, what you're saying is you want to be able to do things like, I don't know, charity events, go help somebody out who needs help in a home, whatever. Okay.
Yep. I want to be able to travel too. Like I want to be able to do what I want when I want.
Got it. So you want time freedom.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a few things I'm seeing here, and we need to go through them one by one.
Okay.
There are 3 kinds of freedoms that are the most basic categories that we can possibly describe. Okay? The first is financial freedom. Okay? The second is time freedom. And the third is contribution freedom. I'm going to explain to you what each of those mean. Financial freedom means you have enough money that you're not checking the price on the menu at the restaurant. What I would like to see you have for financial freedom is at least 4 to 6 months of an emergency fund for your life put aside. So if you looked at what does it cost for you to live in a given month, the way that you live now, you have at least 4 to 6 months of that put somewhere. Ideally, that's in an appreciating asset that's making money for itself every month without you doing anything. But it could be in a savings account. Do you follow me?
Yeah.
That's step 1. Do you have that right now?
No.
Okay. When you get there and you are making money that you would otherwise be contributing to that 6-month emergency fund, you no longer need to put the money into the 6-month emergency fund. You get to keep it and do with it whatever you want. Do you understand?
Yep.
You can still invest it, you can still grow it, but now you have financial freedom. You follow the difference there?
Yes.
The emergency fund is taken care of. Any anxiety you get about money day to day is gone. And there's money now sitting in your bank account that you can do with whatever you want every month. Upgrade the house, take care of your kids, go on a vacation, whatever.
Got it.
I understand the reasonable question that comes up is how do I get it? We'll get there. Okay?
Yep.
Next is time freedom. You wouldn't want to earn 6 months of an emergency fund if it meant you had to work 18 hours every day.
Correct.
So time freedom means that you can be where you want to be when you want to be there without risk of losing the financial freedom that you already have. Got it?
Okay. Yeah.
That comes, I believe that has to come after you've earned financial freedom.
Okay.
We have to get to the financial freedom so that we can drop the anxiety. And then we have the time freedom to focus on. How do I start to replace some of this stuff that I'm doing at a margin where I don't lose money and I gain time?
Okay.
Okay? Last is contribution freedom. Contribution freedom means you can give to whomever you want, whatever you want, whenever you want. It does not mean that you wait until you have money and time to donate money or to give time. I believe that the people who give when they don't have a lot are the people who are able to give more when they get more and are more likely to get more anyway. You're either a giving person or you're not a giving person. You obviously are a giving person. All I'm describing is there might be some friction between how much you want to be able to give and how much you can responsibly give until you've accomplished financial and time freedom.
Fair.
You follow me there?
Yes.
For example, right now, maybe you can give 3 hours a week to go support people somewhere that needs support. But when you have financial and time freedom, you could make that your full-time thing. You just can't do that now unless you have someone supporting you financially.
Right.
All of that makes sense?
Yes.
Okay. To be clear, you do not wait until you have financial freedom to feel good about money. You do not wait until you have financial freedom to feel good about your time. And you do not wait until you have all the time in the world to contribute. It's just about where is your focus on growing.
Okay.
Okay, so financial, let's start there. $4,000 per month is what you're making in, $4,000 a month is your expenses. $5,000 a month comes into your 24-hour access gym. How many people come into that gym?
I don't have exact numbers.
What are they paying you per month per person?
My standard membership is $40 a month.
Okay. The number one thing I'm hearing from you, Adrian, is every single thing that we talk about has variability.
Right.
So you can't hit a moving target and all of your targets are moving.
Fair.
What is the reason that everyone is not paying the same amount?
Well, part of it comes to that contribution bucket. Part of it is I kept rates from
Okay.
previous ownership.
I got you. You have two prices. You have full price and you have free. No discounts.
Basically, our full price and discounted, yeah.
No.
Oh,
Full price and free.
okay.
What I'm describing to you is if somebody needs a discount, you have to make a call about whether you want to give it to them for free or not. You don't have discount available to you.
Okay.
Do you see how that would change the way that you start to think about everyone who's on a discount?
Yes.
There are a lot of people on a discount who don't need a discount. They're spending that money somewhere else.
True.
You're just the pushover that they take it from.
Okay.
Okay? You're not a pushover. So it's important for you to stand your ground. The way that you do that is by giving yourself a binary. Is this somebody who is going to get this for free? Or is this somebody who's going to pay full price? No one inside should know who's free and who's paying full price.
Right.
Now, you need to be able to also have a maximum number of people who are getting it for free. So maybe 10 people at a time can be coming for free.
Okay.
The 10 people at a time who are coming for free, if they're not using it, they lose the privilege. So you can make room for somebody else.
Okay.
Do you follow me there?
Yep.
Everyone who's paying you is paying you full price. What is full price?
$40 a month.
Okay. How many people do you think are currently coming to that facility?
Well, I think a couple hundred. Like that's before cleaned up.
Okay.
My CRM says I've got like 200 members.
Okay, here's what we're going to do this week, Adrian.
Okay.
An email goes out to everybody. Rates beginning July 1 are $40 per person per month. No exceptions.
And nothing for family.
No. If it just becomes something else to track. If you want the energy spend of tracking that, what is a family? Nuclear household?
Yes.
So you could do, it's $40 per person or $100 for a family. Must all be at the same address.
Okay.
Okay? But I made that number up in my head, so it's got to work for you.
Yep.
That email goes out, and there are no exceptions on July 1. That CRM gets cleaned. People are either paying you $40 or $100 for a family, or they are not coming.
Okay.
Do you follow me there?
I do.
Where does your head go?
Like fear.
Of what?
Why just opened in town? Like everybody's gonna leave, and I'm not gonna be able to pay the bills.
Is everybody going to leave?
Probably not.
Okay. Well, right now you're making $5,000 a month there. Would 120 of your 200 people stay, you think? Would you lose less than 40%?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Well, that's because you don't know how many are already paying 40 bucks,
That's true also.
right? We got to know our numbers. It's really important.
Yep.
Do you have a marketing strategy to bring new people into this gym?
No. Word of mouth.
Okay. That's the next thing for you to focus on. Because a model like that, is it clean?
The gym?
Yes. Do you have the equipment that everybody needs?
I think so.
Okay.
I work hard too.
What problem does that gym solve?
What problem does it solve?
Yep.
Place for people to work out,
That is,
clean,
that's it?
accessible,
Okay.
small,
Okay.
like private. Like what's a better word for that? Small's not maybe a great word.
Private's great.
Okay.
So what you're selling is we have a place for you to come and train for $40 per month or $100 for a family that is private, that is clean, and that is convenient. All you need to do is sign up, and the place is yours to use. If everybody in your town knew that, you would have plenty of people coming through. So the next step for you is developing a marketing plan that makes sure everybody in town knows that exists. The nice thing is it speaks for itself. You don't need a crazy sales process for that or a crazy marketing process for that. It could be very inexpensive. It just needs to be consistent.
Okay.
What I would be doing in your position if I'm trying to grow that and I want to do it very lean, I'm looking for the influential people in town and I'm letting them come for free.
How do you decide who's influential?
Moms who run the PTAs, dads who run the little leagues, the principal of the school, the pastor at the church. People who are giving back to your community and not getting rewarded for it financially by the community, those are the people I'm going to, and I'm letting them come and train for free to be my local influencers.
Okay.
People will ask them where they go. They're going to tell them they come to you. And you don't have to tell them it's not permanent. It's this year for you is on me.
Got it.
Okay? That's how I grow the 24-hour access part.
Yep.
So the only thing for you to focus on is price correct for everybody,
Yep.
step one, and then make sure everyone in your town knows that that place exists. Step two.
Okay.
Then all you got to do is repeat step two. Follow me there?
Yes.
Can people buy a membership online?
Yes.
Great. Then on the one-on-one side, how many people are you training for free?
2,
How many people are you training for pay?
3.
Okay, the people who are training you for free, are they giving you testimonials?
Yes.
Great. Set an end date for when the free work with them ends, which you feel good about and they feel good about, meaning I've helped you accomplish the goal that you needed help with when you came to me.
Okay.
When they've achieved that, it's reasonable that you are not their private trainer for the rest of your life. Do you agree?
Got it. Yep.
And you're not abandoning them.
Right.
The next thing that you do is you allow every single member in that gym to get a courtesy personal training consultation.
Yep.
You personally call every single person to make sure that they are aware that they get access to a free personal training evaluation. You're calling to find out what they're trying to do better in the gym, just like I am with you right now. You want to ask them if they need help. Most people will tell you no. Some people will tell you yes. Out of 200 people in your CRM, you can also call your previous members. You're going to get 5 or 10 who are going to buy personal training from you at the proper price.
Okay.
You'll get 25 to 35 who say that they want to do the assessment. Half of them will actually end up doing the assessment because some will either cancel early or no-show. That's only because you'll be new at this process. We can tighten that up. And then of the half who show up, about half of them will end up buying because your sales process won't be tight yet either. But that will get you to being financially free in pretty short order.
Okay.
Then we focus on the time and the contribution.
Okay.
Is this helpful?
Yes.
Adrian, it's important for you to remember, people don't want to take advantage of you. You just can't give them a reason to.
Right.
Okay?
Yes.
I appreciate your call today.
Thank you.
You're welcome.